Hello, folks. Widgett Walls from needcoffee.com here. And so I've been thinking, and you know, thinking never leads anywhere good, but I've been thinking specifically about tattoos. And the reason I've been thinking about tattoos is, there's actually a reason that makes sense, is this Hangover 2 tattoo lawsuit thing. And I started thinking about tattoos, but also just changing yourself, your body, cosmetically. For cosmetic reasons, not for like medical reasons. Because I mean myself, I've never really bought into the whole just tattoos, piercings, just body modification. It's just not been my thing. And partly that's because, and that's just for myself. I mean, people can do whatever the hell they want to with their own bodies. It doesn't impact me at all. But basically two reasons. I've seen a lot of versions of body modification that I thought have just not improved upon people. And I mean, not even just plastic surgery, because I mean, you instantly think of like Kenny Rogers and people like that who've just had their faces completely screwed up by plastic surgery. I'm sure you've got a litany of them going in your head right now. But even beyond that, and even not even something permanent like a tattoo, because I've seen people who had like really great portions of their bodies, right? I mean, not just portions of their bodies, but like, you know, a really, let's say a leg, for example. You know, people go, Widge, are you a leg man or are you a breast man? I'm like, I'm a woman man. I like the entire woman. I wouldn't want just a leg, because that would be, you know, I would be like in a Dario Argento film or something. But anyway, so no, I mean, just imagine, you know, great pair of legs on a beautiful woman, and you come back and there's like a tattoo on one of them. You just go, no, why did you do that? You had great, perfect legs, and now there's this thing. But it's just not been for me. And even temporary stuff like colored contact lenses. I have known two women who had colored contact lenses and were using them to cover up the most amazing eyes you have ever seen. I mean, I caught them both at one point with no contact lenses in, and just went, "Whoa, holy crap, your eyes are amazing. Why are you covering those up? Because they're just, just like, bam." So anyway, I mean, I've seen a lot of cases where body modification, I just went, "Oh, why have you done that?" But again, it's whoever's body. It's not mine. They can do whatever the hell they want. It just doesn't work for me. I mean, because part of the thing for me about cosmetic body modification is that, you know, functional body modification. Oh hell yeah! I mean, I need new knees. All right. So you know, once they can grow me some new knees, give them a couple of years of testing, and then sign me up. Right. So I'm fine. But just like because I want to change the color of my knees, or I don't know, implant spikes on my knees. I don't know. But like tattoos, like something serious, like tattoos. There's two reasons why. Tattoos don't work for me, personally. Is that A, tattoos, I mean, I know you can go get them lasered off or whatever else, but that just sounds painful. But the concept of a tattoo is that you are committing to having something on your skin permanently. And you know, I've yet to come up with something that I thought, that I trusted myself to find cool at my present age, and yet still find cool 50 years from now. Does that make sense? Now, granted, I may reach the ripe old age of 90 and decide to get a tattoo because screw it, I won't be around much longer, and what the hell. But for right now, I can't see that happening. And the other thing is, I've seen far too many old men. And I saw one day, actually. I saw one walking into Publix. Had, you know, what must have been, you know, a great tattoo at one point, mermaid, or I don't know, unicorn, something. And it's just this blue, you know, it looks like honestly, it looks like a Doctor Who disease. It's just like, so I can't go for that. No can do. What was I saying? Oh, yes. So, but what got me thinking about tattoos in the first place, because I don't normally think about tattoos, is that this Hangover 2 thing. And basically the gist is the guy who did Ed Helms in the film. This is not a spoiler. It's in the poster. It's in the trailer. It's out. So he wakes up with a copy of Mike Tyson's face tattoo. And the guy who did the tattoo for Mike Tyson is suing Warner Brothers, saying that that's a copyrighted design and they shouldn't have used it. And Warner Brothers has said, now, first of all, this is going to be settled. They're going to write this guy a check, and he'll go away. That's what I'm thinking. Because that's normally, I mean, that's the same thing that happened with Watchmen and stuff like that. So, but what Warner Brothers has said is that if they lose, they will go and digitally change the tattoo on Ed Helms' face for the whole film for future releases, DVD, Blu-ray, all that good stuff. Total pain in the ass. But I got thinking. I said, first of all, okay, on one hand, it does make sense, because if you're an artist, unless you're giving a license to use it for anything, then, I mean, that's why artwork, you can't just film artwork, right? I mean, that's why in, like, Scott Pilgrim versus the World, when they're in the record store, all the album covers, they had to get clearance. That's what I call it. They had to get clearance for the album covers to appear in the film. Otherwise, they couldn't use them. So, I mean, that makes sense to me. But I thought, and unless he gave a license, that sort of makes sense. It is sort of weird that it's, walking around on somebody's body for real. And that's when it struck me, is that there's a great defense, and I haven't heard anybody bring this up. And now, granted, I have not been trolling and, doing tons of research on this, like I ever do. But the thought that struck me was, the reason that Disney gives for being such, bitchy people about their copyrights and trademarks and stuff, is that their excuse is, and I've never been able to get a full reading on how accurate this is and how real this is, but if they don't defend it all the time, balls to the wall, then a defense against them defending it, a counter defense would be, well, you didn't defend it over here, why are you defending it here? So, in my mind, Warner Brothers' defense needs to be, unless Mike Tyson signed some kind of a license deal for that design on his face to be used in whatever he wanted going forward. I mean, the dude's been on television and in movies and stuff, and the artist hasn't said jack about that. So my thing is, well, it's the same design, so why didn't you sue Mike Tyson, or why didn't you sue anybody else who let the design appear on screen? And then I thought, okay, we'll turn that around, right? Because you've got these big companies that are suing the little guys for, like, piracy. So I thought, this is an example of tattoo piracy, all right? Now, what if, the guy said, because, I mean, what was the whole thing about songs, right? If you were uploading a song, they would charge you for, like, every song, and I think, like, every person who downloaded it, or every person who could possibly have downloaded it, or something stupid like that. So I think, honestly, that what should happen is, because, I mean, obviously, this isn't the only artist who's created a tattoo, and the tattoo has appeared on screen somewhere. Because, I mean, actors, I don't know why, because, I mean, if you do any scene where you have to take clothing off, then they have to make up or CG your tattoos away. What a pain in the ass. But no, anytime that a tattoo has appeared on screen, sue, and then sue for each individual person who's seen the film, because that's what they tried to do with music, right? So it only makes sense, right? So, I mean, on one hand, I don't know, there's about 3 hands in this. I'm not quite sure what my point is. My point is that I don't quite understand how it works, and I don't quite understand why, if the guy's design is being violated, it wasn't violated before. And this opens up all manner of tattoo artists to sue God knows who. I mean, and I mean, literally, you're going to have, if you're smart and you're getting a tattoo and you plan on ever showing it to anybody, you better, I mean, there needs to be, there's going to be, maybe there are forms that you fill out now when you get a tattoo. But suddenly you're going to have to fill out forms basically saying, I do not plan to use this in a television show. I do not plan to use this on... Otherwise, I can't see tattoo artists like trolling Facebook going, no, you can't put that on Facebook. Now you owe me money. Craziness. So, anyway, I'll tell you one thing. The artist, no matter what happens, I wouldn't get a tattoo from him because what happens if it appears on film? You get sued. So... make sure you have all of your release forms in a row, all your ducks and release forms in a row. Tattoo the ducks, then put them in a row, and make sure they're all signed, all the I's dotted and T's crossed. I guess that's what the point of all this is know your rights. Even if they don't exist yet, you better know them, because otherwise somebody will come around and sue your ass. It's the American way. We fought a war so that we could sue the asses off of each other. I don't know. Anyway, I'm Widgett Walls. This was me thinking. Thanks for listening. If there's something you'd like me to think about for you, I mean, I got time, drop me a line and let me know what you'd like me to go off on, and I'll do my best to go off on it. I might even go on it. This suddenly got filthy. Talk to you later.